And even though there are challenges at national level and international level, and particularly we all know the recent experiences, threat to the national integrity, and warnings from some of the quarters of the international community, and expressing the solidarity, India stood as one nation. So we all know ours is unity in diversity. As far as our social structure, political structure and economic structure are concerning. So as far as social structure, even though there were several challenges and the social evils and caste-ridden society and all these problems were there in India, but we all overcome all these challenges. And even though we have the Constitution of India and the successful working of Constitution for the last 75 years, the new challenges to constitutional fundamentals are there, particularly the threat to secularism, the threat to unity, the threat to integrity, and every problems are there regarding the India as one nation. And we all know the ancient India, the Rigvedic period, we have social equality, social economy and social equity, and there were no child marriages. Widow remarriages were allowed, and women education was allowed. Caste system was not known. But the later Vedic period, where particularly in Purusha Sukta, there was a mentioning about the caste system, and the caste system was crystallized in the later Vedic period. Of course, we know against the excesses of Hinduism, the emergence of Buddhism, the emergence of Jainism, and the Islamic entrance and foreign invasions, and all these are there. But even though invasion after invasion, dynasty after dynasty ruled the country, but the village structure, village economy was not disturbed. Rulers might have been changed, but the Indian rural economy is so strong. The Jajmani system might have been there, and we have the potential economic structure. And even though the Britishers looted the country, and because we have abundant resources, we were able to overcome all these problems. Food security achieved, and we have the right to primary health, right to primary education. The Indian nation is in a position to provide to each and every child. So we have right to education, we have right to the environment, right to have sustainable development. All these rights were manageable, right? All these rights are achievable goals. These are achieved goals, and we have some achievable goals to be set as a past. The security, the solidarity are the issues. So as one nation, we should achieve all these things. And recently we proved our strength to the world in protecting our nation from the terrorist activities and other extraneous considerations. So I am happy. Now India is emerged as fourth economy in the world, and it is heading to first, third economy also. So that is the strength of the country, and we have food security, we have the unity. At initial stage, there were apprehensions that India could not stand as a united nation, and because of the different cultures, different linguistic differences, India cannot be continued as one nation. But the Constitution of India proved that India can continue as one nation forever. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share some of my views on the greatest festival of the country, Independence Day. Thank you very much. Now it is my proud privilege that our alumni, who is judicial officer in Uttar Pradesh, was invited to be the chief guest for today's Independence Day celebrations. I request our student to address us. Thank you.
To everyone present here, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Honorable Registrar Sir, esteemed faculty members, lovely the faculty, the other staff, and the fourth class employees of this esteemed institution. It's a very proud moment, and I'm very thankful to the wonderful opportunity that has been granted to me by the Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to address the August gathering today, 2013 to 2018. And many of the people must be knowing me. I'm also knowing many of the faculty and the lovely staff who are present here. Yesterday, but I did not expect that I will be addressing you all at the very instant moment. I thought I'll be coming on Monday and I'll be interacting with the VC sir, with the registrar sir, and take all of their blessings, and I will address the students. But I'm very thankful to the university that you considered me and granted me this opportunity to be here. The point that I want to mention, that 2013 when I joined this university, I belong to Uttar Pradesh. I traveled alone from there. None of my parents were with me. I came at that time, the college was operational from MVP sector 116, if I am correct. I took the admission on myself. I managed the dormitory. I took a dormitory nearby railway station, I think. I had a DD and demand draft with me. I enrolled in the university. The first meeting I had was Dayanand Murthy sir. He was the Dean Academic Affairs that time. So my parents were like, are you sure that you want to join that university? Why don't you go for and pursue law in Delhi or Uttar Pradesh itself? I said, it's a nice place, and I think that the university also has a very promising future. And at that time, only 4 batches were there. I was the 5th batch of this university. So I joined it, and my parents were not happy with that decision, because the son has to leave, and he's living around 1500 kilometers far from his place in an unknown territory. We had no relatives, we had no acquaintances, we had no friends here. But time and again, we also struggled a lot. We have seen this university growing from somewhere to everywhere, but we all managed. We all managed as a family. We all managed as an institution. And the time that I see this university currently, I'm very much proud of it. And in fact, I tell you, when I tell about my batchmates in judiciary or the batchmates who were from the DSNLU, everyone is so much proud of this university, because the university is a pioneering institution which is catering many students who are doing great in their lives. I tell you, I graduated in 2018, April, I think. Then I was very adamant to join litigation, because sir must be knowing, and Soma ma'am is there, Nandini ma'am is there. I was always into debates. I went for moot courts, I went for mock trials, I went for British parliamentary debates, and I won that. I was also a student. I was also into sports. I have captained the volleyball team for like 4 years straight away. So when I graduated, so there was a great tussle in my family. I wanted to be a lawyer, because all my internships I had with honorable High Court judges or at the Supreme Court with the senior advocates. So I always wanted to be a lawyer, but my father was like, my father belonged to police services from Uttar Pradesh only. He said, no, what you will do at lawyer, we don't have, you are a first generation lawyer, there are so much struggles, you have to go for and appear for judicial services examination. Till 5th year, I never had a keen interest in joining judiciary. I never thought that I will be a judge. Then with conversation at my father, like we didn't talk for like 1 month. Then I was like, okay, I'll give 1 year to judiciary. I will study hard. I'll give 1 year. If I'm not selected, what I thought that I will never be selected. I thought that I will never be selected, so I'll give only 1 year. After that, I'll be going to practice. He said, okay. The first examination with the God's grace that I wrote was Uttar Pradesh only. Then I wrote Rajasthan and Uttarakhand also. I qualified within 4 to 5 months. I'm telling you, I graduated in April. December was the preliminary examinations of the UP Judicial Services. I qualified that. Then within 24 days, there was the mains. We did not get too much time for the mains because at that time, Honorable Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi, had created a pressure to fill the judicial vacancies, which were a lot at that time in every state. So the mains was to be put within 24 days. Now, at this juncture, I want to thank my respected faculty and the esteemed faculty. Because of their hard work, teachings, I managed to read all of the subjects. Like there are 5 subjects in the mains examination, and it's a 1,000-number paper. I qualified the mains. Then I went to the interview. I thought I'll not get selected, though I'm getting a call for the interview. My interview went wonderful because I was one of the youngest person who was giving the interview. I was 23 years of age, graduated from the college, and I'll tell about this story on Monday also because it will be too long. I got the highest number in the interview. Out of 100, I got 78. The topper of my batch got the highest and I got the same, 78 out of 100. And then at the first attempt only, I got 17th rank in UP Judicial Services. Then I left the mains of Rajasthan Judiciary and Uttarakhand Judiciary. The point that comes here. Today, while I was sitting at Registrar's Search Chamber, there was a quote, what I was observing. Your degree is just a piece of paper. Your education reflects in your character. That hit me very hard. Because while I was a student, I was keen. I was very keen, free. I was very independent. I was a bit notorious also. People must be knowing, my old faculty must be knowing about this. I was notorious also. But the moment I held that post of being a judge, and I tell you, the district judiciary is the bedrock and the cornerstone of this judiciary. The High Court, the trial begins at the district judiciary. The High Court and the Supreme Court are only the appellate authority. What the trial goes, what the real justice that you can see happens at district judiciary. When I sat at that chair, it brought me responsibility. I thought I'm not more a student. At that time also I was into a student board only. कि अरे हो गया बढ़िया है अब लाइफ सेटल्ड है ऑफिसर बन गए जज हो गए हर जगह सब कुछ अच्छी फैसिलिटीज़ बट when I sat on that chair that gave me a sense of responsibility. I had many experiences. 6 years I'm into this service. I had many experiences and I tell you, thank you to the esteemed faculty. You made me a person what I am today. I owe a huge thanks, and I will be forever indebted to this prestigious institution. The sense of justice that I'm providing today to the needy, to the people, I'm very much content and I'm satisfied with that. It's an occasion of Independence Day, but I thought that I should share a small glimpse of my college journey with you, as it's been very long since I came here. And I always been telling my wife and my batchmates that Vizag is such a beautiful place. Vishakhapatnam, my college is like this. I used to show them photos of this university, that none of your universities is on the hill, the climate, the weather. So all of were very keen, yaar, kaun sa college hai, yaar, kaun sa college hai? Because there are people from, my batchmates are from other national universities also. We have people from NLU, DSNLU Patna, then we have NLS Bangalore. But I also always use, because I was the one from this university. I am the single one. And I was the first one from this university to crack the judicial service examination and become the judge. I was the first person. After that, many of my batchmates also cracked, and they are currently serving in other states. So, thank you so much. I wish you all a very happy independence.